At the beginning of July, a new outbreak of chikungunya fever spread rapidly across Guangdong, China, carried by infected mosquitoes. The disease has now reached many areas, including Beijing, with officials warning that the situation is severe. On July 25th, a town in Guangdong launched a full-scale mosquito extermination effort. Workers went around with extermination machines, and the air was thick with smoke. Online users commented saying, "The mosquitoes aren't here, they're in the sewers," and, "In the end, we might not die from mosquito bites, but from the chemicals used to kill them." Chikungunya fever is really scary. Mosquitoes are being exterminated everywhere. Has your neighborhood started mosquito control measures yet? As of the evening of July 25th, official reports indicated that the number of confirmed cases in Foshan, Guangdong had risen to 4,017. The government has designated 53 hospitals for treatment, and the number of mosquito isolation beds has increased to 7,220. However, given the Chinese government's tendency to underreport outbreaks, the actual number might be much higher. Chikungunya fever, caused by the chikungunya virus, is spread through bites from the Aedes mosquito, and it is an acute infectious disease. It was first identified in Tanzania in 1952. The name chikungunya comes from the Kimakonde language of southern Tanzania, meaning to become contorted, referring to the severe joint pain that often makes patients bend over. Symptoms are similar to those of dengue fever, including fever, joint pain, muscle pain, headache, fatigue, and rash. Most patients recover within 1 or 2 weeks without serious complications. However, newborns, the elderly, and those with chronic illnesses are at a higher risk for severe complications, and in rare cases, even death. Although the death rate is low, the disease can still have long-lasting effects. Some patients report lasting joint pain, with one person mentioning that they are unable to bend one of their legs. I took medicine, the fever went down, but then it came back. I kept having fevers around 38 degrees Celsius, and after the fever, a large rash appeared.
It was so itchy for an hour, and now it still hurts. I don't know if I've caught it, but I'm worried. Mosquitoes are so scary now. Nothing works to stop the itch.
I came to Guangdong, didn't make any money, and got bitten by a mosquito. It's so uncomfortable. Everyone, make sure you protect yourself from mosquitoes. On July 26, a chikungunya fever patient posted a video saying the situation is now worse than it was during last year's outbreak. They have been running a fever for 9 days without improvement and warned people not to take this lightly.
Hello, 大家好。首先跟大家说一下。
Hello everyone, I'm not making this video to promote anything or cause harm to society, but to help everyone prevent this. The mosquitoes are not to be taken lightly, and this virus is actually worse than last year's outbreak. The fever is really uncomfortable. A few days ago, when I first had symptoms, my back hurt, my chest felt tight, my abdomen was bloated, and I was completely drained. Don't tell me it's because of weak health. This isn't about that. I work out regularly, and the virus doesn't care about your health, so when you go out, make sure you're well protected from mosquitoes and the virus. I'm still having fevers, at least 2 to 3 times a day, and each fever lasts at least 2 to 3 hours. When I have a fever, my head hurts terribly. It's not like a normal fever where you sleep it off. I've had a fever for 9 days now. I've been hospitalized for 3 days, but there's no real improvement. There's no special medication, no targeted treatment, only immune-boosting injections and fever medicine to relieve the symptoms for a while. But it doesn't help much. After a few hours, the fever returns, and the pain in my head is unbearable. I can hardly handle it. This is not a joke. On July
这样我就早上配别好，就是我去跟他不要听你上，这样。